Hello, everybody. Just getting started here. Just let me close everything out really quick. There we go. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Chilly? Yeah, it's still chilly. I'm wearing my fuzzy, comfy hat, as you can tell. There's snow everywhere. It's cold. So I got a package left in the snow on my front porch, and I just opened that up. So I'll be posting. I'll just tell you what it was. It was a brand new ice cream. So cold, snow, ice cream, fuzzy hat. It's cold. Yeah. It's in the 20s right now where I'm living. Right now, 28. 28. So, and we're supposed to have a bunch of snow tonight. Maybe I'll go for a walk. I like to walk in the snow. Anyway, how's everybody doing tonight? Wednesday night live stream. I feel like we just did this. We did this a couple days ago. Attack on Titan. I've never heard of that. I don't know what that is. It sounds cool. How's everybody doing? So, what's the real feel? It feels about that. It's okay when I put on. Sometimes it feels a lot colder, but it's not really windy or anything, and I've got a pretty nice winter jacket, so it keeps me warm. Oh, cool, Apokalama. You got your Girl Scout cookies. Awesome. Which ones did you order? Did you order all the ones that I... Did you order all of them? 18 there feels like 7. I hate that. I was just talking... to somebody about temperatures here in upstate New York. I'm sure some other of you have probably experienced this as well if you live, in similar places that I do, or even in like upper Canada or anything. But the coldest I've seen it on my temperature and felt it was just a couple of years ago. It might have been last year. No, not last year. The year before. Negative 23 Fahrenheit. Super cold. At that temperature, it's almost like you go out and everything just like ceases to exist. Well, not to exist, but it's just like it's such a weird. It's almost like it's so cold you can't even feel how cold it is. You breathe in, like my beard immediately starts to freeze. I can feel like the ice on it. Any condensation that comes out of my breath and gets on my beard, it freezes. And just breathing it in is just super, super cold. I boil the pot of water. I think that's called sublimation. Anyway, you take it outside and throw the boiling water in the air, and it just vaporizes before it comes down. It's crazy. Crazy how cold it gets here. Is Katie in Girl? No, Katie's not in Girl Scouts. Not yet, at least. She's 5 years old. So is that around the time? Attack on Titan is an awesome anime series whose final season is happening currently. I haven't watched anime since probably the mid 90s. No, because I watched Princess Mononoke in like 2000 when I lived in Florida. I think that's the last one I watched. So, yeah, how's everyone doing tonight? What's the topic tonight? What are we gonna talk about? It's up to you guys. we did the birthday stream on Monday, and I just want to say again, thank you all for hanging out and supporting, and everybody that gifted anything, donations, whatever. A bunch of you sent me, Venmo and Google or PayPal and Amazon, and that you guys didn't have to do that, but that was awesome. Thank you, appreciate that. How's my dad? My dad's doing good. Anyone? The link that I posted for the Girl Scout cookies is going to somebody. So Rachel's sister works for the Girl Scouts, and she's the one that hooked that link up, and that's the link we've been using each time. So that's how we were able to get Girl Scout cookies so soon, because she works for the Girl Scouts. And if you want to hear her story or anything, you can check out my video from a couple years ago. 2 or 3 years ago, I did a video with her. Yeah, I was thinking that I was thinking about, like, if anybody still wanted me to do the LP stories. Tell us about my awesome hat. My awesome hat. I don't know. I wanted a hat like this, and I looked for a vegan one, and I ordered it, and it's very comfortable. It's a comfy hat. I don't want to take it off because I can feel the warmth of it. Even though I'm not wearing a hoodie or anything right now, it's keeping me warm. Yeah, my dad used to have a hat like this when I was a little kid. Yeah, I actually did consider doing true crime channel because it's something that's always intrigued me, and I know a lot about it just because, I went to school for criminal justice, so I did a lot of research on the subject. So, yeah, I could totally do that. Something that I got to research because, like, if I told you things off the top of my head, probably everything wouldn't be like exact or completely accurate, because if I'm just going from memory, like, I might not have the dates right, or like what, how it is. Although I probably would have the dates right because I remember a lot of dates. And a few of you wanted me to tell my near-death experience stories, so I'm going to do a video on that. So look for that. I kind of thought about doing it in a live stream because that way people can just ask me questions, but I think I'm going to make a standalone video for that. I think more people would watch it if I did that rather than a live stream. Is it a new ice cream brand? It's not a new brand. It's just a new flavor from an old brand. And no, I have never tried it. It was shipped in dry ice, so right now it's hard as a rock. I can't even stick a spoon in it, so I gotta let it. I gotta thaw it out in the freezer. That sounds pretty weird, but dry ice is a lot colder than the freezer, so I'm thawing it out in the freezer, and then I'll try it. I'll try it when I try it. I'll try it when it's thawed out. I'm gonna say it's not Nadamu, but I will save the excitement. I will save that for my Instagram. I'm gonna post it on Instagram shortly. I was just talking about So Delicious because back in the day they used to be called Soy Delicious, and then one day they just changed the name, and I was like, "What? Did I just go through a Mandela effect? This is Soy Delicious. Now it's So Delicious." But that was one of the first ice creams that I fell in love with as a brand new vegan. I really liked the French vanilla, the chocolate, and the Neapolitan. Loved them. What are my thoughts on all the controversy on James Aspie? I don't always look at what's going on in like different vegans in the community. I kind of just do my thing, um and that's about it. I do what I do, and then when I'm not doing that, I try to do other things. But I just actually found out about that last night, so I have not known what the heck people are talking about, or I don't even know if it's what you're talking. I just saw a post by him last night. So what exactly are we talking about? The Soy Delicious ice cream. I'm calling it Soy Delicious now. The Soy Delicious ice cream bars. Yeah, those are pretty good. So nice and so good. Yeah, there's a lot of good ice cream out there. Ice cream used to be my weakness. I used to eat so much ice cream. I don't really do that anymore. I don't really I'd rather make my own banana ice cream, but if I'm going to do that, like frozen bananas and stuff, but usually what I do is I just make a smoothie. It's kind of similar and it's satisfying. So if I'm craving ice cream or something, that's usually what I do, which is probably a good thing because it's a lot healthier. Without knowing the exact details, I wouldn't know what to say to comment. But anybody that's asking for money for a secret project would probably raise a red flag. I mean, did people donate to this? I don't know. Um, if you're gonna ask for money, you want to tell people exactly what it's for, and because you don't want to like, even if you think it's something good, then when you tell them, some people might not align with that and be like, "Whoa, wait a minute, what did I just?" So I don't know. Like I think that I don't know. Like I don't know anything about this. I'm only reading what you're writing right here, but if that was anybody asking for, like, I wouldn't expect to ask you guys for a secret project money. I just think that's really sketchy. But I don't know James Aspie. I'm not saying he's sketchy or anything, but I don't really. I guess I really don't have an opinion on that. Just other than what I just said. He did. He did reach out to me before he became famous. He reached out to me when he was doing his silent thing for a year, and he asked if I would share his story, which I did. That was a long time ago. That was probably maybe, well, I don't know, 4 years ago, maybe longer. Time flies, so maybe it was longer than that. I don't know. Whenever he was doing the year of silence. Oh, grocery outlet. Did I go to grocery outlet ever? Is that out in California? I don't know. No, I went to the 99-cent store. Maybe that was it. Grocery outlet. No, I've gone to Bargain Grocery out here about an hour from where I live. I don't think I've been to grocery outlet though. The Girl Scout cookie is linked in the Discord. Yeah, if you want to check out my Girl Scout cookie video, it's like literally it's right there within the last week on my YouTube channel, my main YouTube channel, The Vegan Zombie. The vegan Wahida is here, no need to fear. So glad to hear that. Welcome to the live stream. I almost said shit show, but it's really not that. So the Girl Scouts aren't doing their thing this year. Wait, Girl Scouts aren't doing their thing this year because they're boycotting it over palm oil. Huh. Well, I looked into that. So, yeah, the Girl Scout cookies have palm oil in it. And I've done several videos on palm oil. You can check out my thoughts on that. But the link that I gave you guys is fine, guys. You guys can buy those and sleep well. Know that you're getting a vegan product. The palm oil that they're using is it's sustainable. There's two companies that make Girl Scout cookies. Okay, so you gotta, if you watch my video, I basically put all this stuff in the video, but I know not everybody's gonna watch the video. So if you watch the video, you'll know that there's two companies, there's two bakeries that make Girl Scout cookies. And one of the companies has 5 different flavors that are vegan, and that's called ABC Bakery, ABC Bakers or something like that. And they have sustainable palm. Now, is the other company, I forget the name of it because I don't even really look at it because it's not the vegan one. They do have one vegan cookie, and that's the Thin Mint. But their cookies, I believe, also say sustainable palm. But one of the Girl Scouts looked into, she was all excited that it had sustainable palm. But then when she looked into it, she realized that they had sustainable palm mixed with other palm that was used in child labor and everything. So what did I do? I went to work and I did some research, and from what I found, what's the name of the company? Ferraro. Ferraro is the name of the company, and they own Nutella. They're in Italy. They bought one of the Girl Scout bakeries, so I'm like, please don't be ABC Bakers. So I looked into it, and it wasn't. It was the other one. They are the ones that use the palm oil. They are the ones that are using the questionable palm oil. So although there's nothing in the Thin Mints that are not vegan, I can understand people not wanting to eat the palm oil. So the link that I'm sharing with you guys, rest assured, it is sustainable palm. And I know somebody's going to be a smart ass and say, there is no sustainable palm. There's nothing, true. There's really nothing sustainable really in this world. But as far as going with the sanctions and the guidelines and everything I say in my video with palm oil, this is one of the most sustainable things. So it's a lot more sustainable than some of the things that you might not even think twice about that you consume maybe on a daily basis. So, don't feel bad buying Girl Scout cookies from ABC Bakers. They are vegan. The main two that you watch are Joey Carbstrong and Earthy and Ed. What about me? I'm not in the main two. Pretty sure I've been vegan longer than Earthy and Ed's been alive. No, I'm just. They're doing a lot. They're doing a lot for the movement. Both of them. I watched a Joey Carbstrong video last night. I must say. I liked everything he said until he got to the very end of that video. You'll see what I mean. Thin Mint's meme, what movie do I remember that from? What are we talking about here? What are we even talking about? Laura the Transforming Vegan, thank you for the belated birthday wishes. I appreciate that. Have I tried making a scramble with pumpkin seed milk? No, I have not. You can make a scramble with it? Yeah. I do have an omelet recipe, and I'm sure you could probably make a scramble with the omelet recipe that we did. But that's interesting, yeah. I don't know what the time limit is for purchasing the Girl Scout cookies, but there probably is, yeah. They're the main two tackling the ethical side of this point, I mean. Okay. Yes, they are. I don't even know how to respond to that. I mean, everything I do is ethical. So it's like I've been promoting it from day one, but I'm just doing it usually in a different way. That was the problem I had with what he said, like promoting food and stuff. It's like, I don't only promote food. I show people why we're vegan. I'm on a board of a farm sanctuary. I mean, I've done so much for the actual animals and show people why, the whys. I've traveled to countless different farm sanctuaries to let people know ultimately veganism is for ethical reasons. Otherwise, it's just plant-based. So, yeah, that was a bummer hearing him say that at the end of that video, because I disagree 100%. But everything else in the video, I was like, oh my, I almost messaged him. I'm like, dude, I agree with everything. Oh man, why'd you say that? That wasn't cool. I'm just gonna say whatever I want, whatever I'm gonna say. Like, I mean, whatever people think. That's cool with me. It's your dog's birthday today. Happy birthday to your dog. It's Indy's birthday tomorrow. Indy has a birthday. He's gonna be 10. That's 70, isn't it? That's 70 in dog years. Yeah. You got the Route 9 cookies. Warm it up first. If you have a microwave, you use the microwave or put it in the oven for a little bit. Warm it up to get it all nice and gooey before you eat it. Unless you just don't want to do that. I don't know. No, I mean, he didn't really say anything bad. He was ranting and everything. And at the end, he just said, basically, I feel like he kind of like threw shade at people that just post food on their Instagram and stuff like that. And a lot of the stuff I do post is food, not everything. But again, I've been doing this on the Instagram and on the YouTube since it started, since the beginning of that. But I've also been doing my share for the last 2.5 decades. So, yeah. I'm just doing it the best way I know how. And I feel like I have a lot of experience, of life experience, knowing what works and what doesn't work. So, I mean, honestly, guys, food is where it starts. And sometimes you're not going to get people to go vegan by shoving it in their face. It's just a fact, like some people will, but a lot of people won't. And I've always been, I'm going from what I feel and from what I know and from my experience. And vegan aside, like I've always been that kind of person that if you tried to force me to do something or throw something and say this is what you have to do or make me try to feel guilty, like I tend not to want to do those things that people, try to shove down my throat. And I know all the arguments and I understand where they're coming from, because if it didn't turn out that way with other people, like the psychology of like getting a message across to other people, I would probably do the same thing because I feel the same way. I know what animals go through. I don't want them to go through the things that they go through. I want to do everything possible to stop that, to save them. The thoughts that go through my head, like breaking in these places and like beating up the people, killing, like the animals. It's like, I can't say that those things didn't go through my head, but like, you can't think like that, because if you think like that, you can never, I've said this too, because there's bad things going on every second of every minute of every day in this world. So if you're gonna focus on that, you'll never have a moment of peace or clarity to do anything good, because you're always going to be focusing on the bad that's happening. And like, so I understand and I know all this stuff's going on, but I can't focus on it. I got to focus on doing what I can do to help change the world. And unfortunately, like when I started going vegan and then people would go to protest and do like the kind of in your face stuff, people people clashed with that. People didn't like, I mean, yeah, there are some people that would understand and go vegan, but the majority of the people wouldn't do it that way. So I found a way to like, I mean, we all have to eat food. So you show them the food that we eat, you show them that you can do this. Now you say, look, you don't have to, you can eat the same great foods. You don't have to kill animals. You don't have to hurt animals. We don't need a society that demands the consumption of animals, hence the torture, the killing of animals. We don't need to do any of that. And that's what I've done in every single video that I've ever made on the Vegan Zombie channel. I've always made videos to show people how to go vegan and how to stay vegan. I'm always there to help. I'm always there for everything. And I've done everything from like the food to like having like a funny kind of like fun, entertaining message like, oh, don't eat meat or dairy, you'll turn into a zombie. But literally, what are zombies doing? They're eating flesh. Like they're eating flesh. What do meat eaters do? They eat flesh. You put those together. It's like, it's an analogy. Not everybody knows that about my channel, but that's what it was about. The vegan zombie was just like a mishap, you know, a very unique zombie that became a zombie that was vegan by not eating meat either, or dairy. So I found a fun way to do that, to try to inspire people to go vegan. And then when they come into the channel, like they can ask any question they want and I can talk about whatever we want to talk about. And I've traveled and I've gone to farm sanctuaries, and it's not just about like going and petting the animals, and it's telling the story of the animals. And these animals have feel like just going to Mockingbird and spending time with Sophie, the 2,200 pound cow. Like, it's overwhelming when she walks towards you, because like you're so little compared to this huge beast that is so gentle. And she comes over and I'm like, she has the same mannerisms as my dog Indy. People, like just for her existing as a cow, people, an overwhelming amount of people in this world want her dead. It's not like they want her dead. Their actions to consume animal products causes her to suffer and ultimately die. So, it's always, the underlying driving force is always about the ethics. I've been ethical ever since I was a little kid, and that's what made me question things at an early age. That's why I went vegetarian at 14. I was inspired by my ninjutsu trainer, but it all aligned. And I'm like, you know what? I need to do this. I want to do this. And I felt good about it because I had been the neighborhood kid that would save roadkill, animals that got hit by cars. One of my early experiences, I found like a woodchuck or something. It was a rodent, he got hit by a car and was still alive. And I was super sad and I wanted to do everything I could to save this little guy. And I basically took the chain around my bike and I put it under him and I picked him up and I put him on my handlebars like Elliot and E.T. and I rode my bike. I was only like about a half a mile from my house. I ride my bike home and I run inside. I'm like, Mom, like, it got hit by a car. It's still alive. Can we please take it to... So we took it down to the vet. And like, I don't, they probably euthanized it. I don't know. But at least that was my thought process, is helping the animal, not like some other, kids that I knew that would want to like hunt and kill animals. So it's always the motivating force is always, ethical. I don't want any part in any kind of, and that's why I went vegan, because at the time I didn't know, I thought I was ethical being a vegetarian because I didn't know. And like, this is in the early 90s. There's no internet. There's no, I didn't have any literature. I didn't have any know-how of what was going on. I thought as long as you weren't eating an animal like animal meat, then, the animals were okay. Dairy was okay because they were happy. They weren't being killed. It wasn't until I finally put two and two together, I'm like, you know what? This is all one big industry, the dairy and the meat. It's all one big industry. And you know what? I don't want any part of it. And this is a time when everybody told me I would get sick. And I don't mean like, I would just, they told me like you would have like, neurological problems with your brain, your spinal cord, orientation, all that kind of stuff, be disoriented. And I still said, you know what? I don't care. I'm going to take the leap of faith and I'm going to go vegan. Everybody that didn't know what they were talking about, like my family members, they'd be like, okay, it's one thing, Chris, to be a vegetarian, but you're really pushing it going, you don't want to be, you're going to make yourself sick if you give up all in. And it's like, why? This is what we thought back then. This is what people thought. And unfortunately, people still think this today, but there's enough information out there, and there's enough of us that are like living proof that it's just silly. It's not the case at all. Sorry for going off on a rant like this. I just don't like when people question, like, I'm not saying that like they did, but I have been, that's what really grinds my gears, is like when people question my veganism or my motives going vegan. Like, don't, because I've been doing it for a very long time. Like, this is like most of my life I've been a vegan. This is normal for me. Like, it's a normal, and when I hear, I mean, it's not hard. It's not hard. You just got to make a choice to, eat this or eat that. Don't eat this or don't eat that. It's all choice. It's all what you put. You can be anybody. You can be from anywhere. With the exception, I'm not talking about like third world countries doing what they need to do for survival. I'm talking about, countries like us here. It doesn't matter. You can do this. You can be a vegan. You can choose not to contribute to the harm of animals. There's nobody holding a gun to somebody's head saying you have to harm these animals. You have to contribute to the suffering of animals. So, yeah, I take offense when I'm questioned or anything. And I'm not saying that I'm not pointing at him. I'm just saying I've been questioned before. And there's nothing that really pisses me off more than that, because, and usually you'll just see me try to be the bigger person and just ignore it. But like, yeah, I'm a human, and that kind of stuff gets to me. Trolls on high alert right now. Oh, they asked you about your Be Good to Animal sweatshirt? Awesome. Two of my favorite things, ET and veganism. They asked who Vegan Zombie was? Just tell them to Google. Tell them to Google it. It's important to restate these points. And I just want to be clear too. My channel, like, I don't judge. My channel's for everybody. I'm saying these things because these are my beliefs. These are my thoughts. I wish everybody was vegan. But at the same time, I've learned over the years, I'm not gonna try to force anybody to go vegan, because that's the worst way to do it. You need to, like, I can do only so much, and I can focus on only so much as one person. And I think with a platform like YouTube and what I've created with the Vegan Zombie, it's more than I ever thought that I would ever be able to do, as far as one person promoting veganism, and anybody can do it. But I found the best way that I can just live my life and promote it is to basically just, be there, educate and inspire. And that's what I try to do through my videos. I'm not out there trying to shame anybody or, make anybody feel guilty or anything. Like, the videos, like, people will be able to open them. People are, usually intelligent enough to put two and two together, watching a video, trying to inspire people. Like, I want to give them the skills to be able to, to do that. And it's so easy today. They just basically have to just have the will to do it. Once you have the will to do it, it's all downhill from there, because it's easy. It really is easy. I did this in a time when I had no support. I was too young to have a job. And I still was stubborn enough to make it work. And there wasn't a single day that went by in the last 30 years where I was like, I say 30 years because when I first went vegetarian, that was the real change in my life to, to the journey of, going vegan. That's when it all happened for me. And it just was like learning one thing after another. So yeah, when I started out, like just learning everything I learned up until now, there wasn't a single day that went by that I was like, oh, you know what? I don't think I can do this today. You know, there's days when I was like, oh, what am I going to eat today? I don't know what I want to eat. But there's never a day that I was like, oh my God, am I going to be vegan today? Like it just, I mean, once you settle it in your mind, you know, that's another thing. People forget, like you know, when I grew up, this is something that stayed in my head for, you know, ever since I was little till now, all these years. And something that I learned that, you know, your mind is a very powerful thing, and really you can do anything you put your mind to. Your mind is powerful. So it's like mind over matter. Like, what are you going to do? Like, I mean, we, you know, as humans are put in situations of like adversity and like really complicated situations. We always seem to somehow prevail and get through it. So like, why wouldn't we be able to be vegan? Like it's, you know, I mean, it's subjective for some person to another person, from one person to another, to say like, oh, it's easy. But like, I'm saying this from like a point of, like, I was a kid. Like I knew nothing then. There was no internet. Internet did not exist except for within the military, a DARPAnet. But let's not get pedantic there. Let's talk about like what we had in the public realm. The internet didn't exist. There was no Google until 1998. I did this in 1990, and I managed to do this. I managed to get through all those teenage years and then my adult life, you know, first as a vegetarian and then as a vegan. So when I hear people say it's not hard, it's too hard, obviously in my brain I'm thinking, no, it's really not. But I don't say that to them. I just say, is there anything I can do to help you? Like, what is the problem? Like, what can I do to help you? You know, because I can tell these people wouldn't be asking me this if they didn't want to do it. It's, you know, but with that being said, you got to want to do it, but you really got to want to do it. Like, you got to make that choice up in your mind. And once you do that, it honestly, it's easy, because you don't see the other things as food anymore. And, you know, it's, don't give in to that temptation. Don't give in to that craving. And sooner or later, you're going to be like me and many other vegans. Like, I can see whatever vegan food you put in front, whatever non-vegan food you put in front of me. First of all, I don't like to call it food, but whatever non-vegan things you put in front of me that non-vegans would normally eat, I don't crave any of it. I haven't in decades. I don't crave any of it because I know what it is. It's straight up disgusting to me in my mind, because I know what it is. I know where it's coming from. And when you start to think like this, it makes it so much easier to be vegan. It makes it so much easier. What else? I do remember the dial-up sound. Ding. You are now connected. And then all of a sudden somebody calls your house and it drops. Or get off the internet. I'm waiting for a phone call. Oh, Linda posted the Zombie Crew Discord. You just read the book about the founder of the Tofurkey company. Seth. I know him. He's a good guy. And after I just rant about, I just want to say, like, I think Joey's doing great things for the vegan movement. I think he's very articulate in what he says, and I like that he stands by his convictions. That was the only thing that I had a problem with. Like, you know, I mean, everybody's fighting for veganism in different ways, and you can't put one down, because I have different thoughts on the whole, you know, out there, you know, street activism. Like, I don't think it works for the most part. The only reason it's working for the majority of the people is because they are recording it on YouTube. So there's no difference. Like, they could literally stand out there and give the whole speech in front of nobody, just in front of a YouTube channel, and it would probably have the same effect, because it doesn't usually work with people being confronted, because they feel like everybody's against them. They feel like they got to defend themselves. And like, although there's, the random person that will do it, that was one of the things I had a problem with 25 years ago when I was a new vegan. It doesn't resonate well with most people. But the fact that they're putting it on YouTube, other people can see it in the comfort of their home. They don't feel attacked, and they see the double standard. They see the hypocrisy. They see the harm, and then they end up, going vegan for that. So for that, kudos, congratulations. I think he does a great job. Exactly. Yeah, and then people think, all vegans are, preachy, better than thou, kind of all that kind of stuff. And I just had somebody tell me that it's just one big cult and an eating disorder. And I had to inform them. They tried to inform me that they are an ex-vegan. It was a stupid comment on one of the video responses I did to Spherage, and obviously it was an anti-vegan, and I just happened to see the comment. I don't normally go back and comment on old videos like that, but I saw the comment and I replied. They said something about the name of my channel is very fitting, and I was like, I knew what they were saying there, but I went back and I said, yeah, it's actually, not a lot of people know this, but when you hear the story, it's about the meat eaters. They are the zombies. And they got kind of triggered by that and said, like, hey, I'm an ex-vegan. You can't be vegan. You can't be vegan long term, and like you just, it's gonna destroy your health like it did mine. It's a cult. It's an eating disorder, and like you should get out of it. And I'm like, okay, well, you're talking to somebody that stopped eating meat 30 years ago and has been vegan for 26. So first of all, I disagree with everything you just said. If you need any help, I'm here. If you have any questions, but I knew they just wanted to argue. I was just trying to be nice. If you have any questions, I'm here for you. It's not a cult, and it's not an eating disorder. If somebody has an eating disorder and they get sick, that's on them. That's not veganism. And a lot of people do that. They think, well, I'm going to try veganism, but then they don't eat right. They don't eat enough to get the nutrients they need. They don't eat enough to get the calories they need. And they're basically starving themselves, and then they blame that on veganism. And you can't do that, because I didn't always eat the healthiest. When I went vegan, I didn't give two shits about being healthy. I didn't need to. I felt like everything I was eating was a lot healthier than meat and dairy that I was eating. And being a very active, skateboarder, I was always thin, and I ate the most junky comfort food, vegan foods for probably the first 18 years of being vegan. It did not destroy my health at all. So for people to say like, oh, that's so, like, I even have like issue with people saying like, if you're not eating only whole foods, you're going to be unhealthy, because like, I don't eat only whole foods. I know, like, yeah, it's great. It's awesome for you to eat only whole foods and not, do with the processed foods. But it's not like the death sentence that a lot of people think it is to eat, processed foods once in a while, or even, a few times a week. I don't even mean like once in a blue moon. And a lot of these things, like, you got to look at them. Like, there's certain different, like, you could, like, okay, so a processed, I don't know, Hillary's burgers. Hillary's burgers are processed, but they're pretty good whole ingredients for those processed. Opposed to eating something like processed Oreo cookies. They're totally different. Just because something's processed doesn't always mean, like, tofu is technically processed, and I think it's very healthy and good for you, and I'll still eat it. And I used to eat it every day at one point in my life. So I don't know. Yeah, yeah, exactly. You can't just blame shit on veganism if it doesn't go your way. You got to, and then they have that argument like, oh, I knew you were gonna say that we didn't do it the right way, the right way. Like, just, I mean, if there's people that can eat the standard American diet and be okay, then you can eat vegan and be completely fine. Like, you can't give me that argument that that veganism destroyed your health. No, your crappy eating destroyed your life, destroyed your health. Veganism didn't. There's nothing magical in an animal that you can get from an animal that you can't get from all the vegan foods available to you. And again, those first 18 years, I didn't take vitamins. I didn't take any of that stuff. I didn't take supplements. I didn't have like a set diet. I ate when I was hungry, whatever I wanted to eat, whatever I wanted to eat. And it wasn't healthy. Most of the time, it wasn't healthy because I would make a lot of junk food. I mean, for instance, back in the 90s, when I first went vegan, I remember I'd go skating and then I would go to like a convenience store and I would buy a little package of the Keebler soft batch cookies because at one time they used to be vegan. They changed the ingredient. They're not vegan anymore. But at one time they used to be vegan. I'd buy a thing of those and then I'd buy a strawberry kiwi Snapple. And that was like an everyday thing. Can't really do that these days, Maybe it was a skateboarding though, like skateboarding every day for hours and hours and hours. Could eat whatever I wanted. What's up, Crystal? Is it still snowing out there in Inland Empire? You ate a carrot this week? I gave a carrot to Indy and Zeke yesterday, and they probably want one right now that I just said that. But it's his birthday tomorrow, so he's going to get all kinds of treats. Not that he doesn't get all kinds of treats anyway, but... Glow, I can totally relate to that. Your relationship had more sway over your health than any vegan diet ever did. Seriously, if they weren't eating right as a vegan, then they're probably not eating right as a non-vegan. You know what? My I don't drink any of that kind of stuff anymore. But near the end, so I like the strawberry kiwi one. But then when I went to New York City, I found they didn't sell it up here. But when I went to New York City, I would find the orangeade Snapple. Oh my God, that was my favorite one. A nice, really cold one. Oh, it was so good. I haven't had it. I completely stopped drinking. Like, I haven't drank soda in probably like 20 years. I stopped drinking soda and then I stopped drinking like, fruit juices like that weren't like straight up. Like the artificial ones like the Snapple and stuff. I stopped drinking all of that kind of stuff. And I just stick to like, whole, cold pressed juice if I do it myself. Water, mostly water, and smoothies. For me. You're having a green smoothie right now? I'm having a water. Oh, you're in the bath right now? It's supposed to snow here a lot, and we're supposed to get a lot of snow here. That's how I am too, Crystal. I'll eat whatever I want that's vegan. I'll make up my mind what I'm gonna, eat and everything. Um, and it's always like if I want to eat it or not. Sometimes I want to eat a lot better than normal, and sometimes I want to try some comforty. And it's kind of hard also when like, um, a lot of companies send me their product to try, and I'm like, oh my God, I got all this ice cream and all these cookies, and they're delicious, and like I can't eat all that, so I end up like trying it, doing a video or taking some pictures, and then, giving it to somebody. Oh, you had tacos tonight? That sounds good. Darn it. Yeah, soda's not good for you. Soda's really not good for you. It's just full of like sugar. Like, yeah, stop drinking the soda. I mean, drink it if you want it, but like, another thing is I don't do like the caffeine thing. So like so when I before I was vegan, when I was a vegetarian, like this 14, 15 years old, um, since I don't see him in the chat right now, but Matt, who my childhood friend that went vegetarian with me, that he's on Twitch with me all the time. So some of you know who he is, but we used to play, you know, way back in the day, like the pencil, dice, and paper Dungeons and Dragons. And when we would get together, we would either come to my house or his house, and we would have a pizza ordered from like New York Pizzeria, which I ended up working there when I was like 19, and we'd get like a 2 liter of I would always get Mountain Dew, and I would just drink that. It had so much caffeine in it, um, and then I just gave all that up, and I never drank like caffeine again in anything. So I didn't give soda up at that point because I remember I would drink soda and there wasn't very many sodas that didn't have caffeine in it. And I remember that some root beer, which I liked root beer, didn't have caffeine in it, except for Barks. Bark has caffeine in it, and Sprite. Sprite didn't have caffeine either. So those were the sodas that I would drink at that point. Not that it's a big deal, like but I've never had coffee either. If I was closer to California, I'd be out there probably with Cesar going to some vegan spots. I was just talking to him the other day. He wished me a happy birthday, and I was like, "Yeah, man, I wish I was out there. I'd go to Donut Friend and probably get some vegan pizza and some ramen hood and so many good places out there." I do remember the Crystal Clear Pepsi, Crystal Clear, and didn't they have like an all black one too, a black soda? I never liked. No, I never tried the Zevia. All like I would go to the expo with John and everybody, and they would all drink them, but like they didn't. They didn't really. They didn't like them. They would drink them just because they were there. John's somebody he would just drink it if it's there. Um, but I've heard a lot of people say they didn't like Zevia because it gave them like sores in their mouth. That's weird. I did have ginger beer, which was non-alcoholic, by the way. It was made at the vegan restaurant that I was at, and that was probably in 2000. It was 2009 when I lived in Rochester, New York. There's a place out there called, I think it's called Nature's Oasis or Natural Oasis. It's all vegan Ethiopian food. It's some of my favorite food, and they would handwrite their menu each night. Guys are making me thirsty. Well, I was trying to get Cesar to come out to Expo East, but then you know what happened, pandemic. Cancel all the expos. That's 100% Crystal. Bubbly? I used to get when I was young. This is before I was even vegetarian. I used to in my small little town that I grew up in. There was like this drugstore we used to go to and buy. We used to buy candy, we would save up our money. We'd buy candy, Garbage Pail Kids, and the drink we would buy. Does anybody remember the New York Seltzer? New York Seltzer water. And there are different flavors. Like there'd be raspberry and peach and strawberry and blackberry. We would get those, and oh man, we would have adventures. We'd like pretend like, we would use our imaginations. We'd ride our bikes down there. My dad made us this is a story that I should probably do a video about. My dad got a master's degree in instructional design, and he used to, he was very, very innovative for me and my friends when we were little. He made up a game, he called it crypto, which is funny because now they got crypto out there. But this is way before that. This is back in like 1980, probably 86, 87. He made up a game called Crypto, and then he gave us all code names, and he gave us like a code word and a map, if I remember right. He legit taught us how to do cryptography code and decipher it. And we had to get the codes. Like, for instance, the first map said we had to go to the small little park that was near our house, and we had to look around under a table. So we got on our bikes. This is like ET and stuff. Like, we get on our bikes, we ride down there, and we jump off our bikes. And I think my name was Alpha One, and there was Alpha, Beta, Omega. There was 3 of us, and we all had like these manila envelopes, and I still have them to today. Like, I think I might have one over there because my dad's like, here you go, Chris. So, I don't know, it's somewhere over here. Anyway, I'll have to show you guys sometime. And so we found like envelopes taped to the bottom of the picnic table, and we pulled them up, and it was like it gave us the clue to the next code, but each code taught us another part of how to make this, cryptography. So basically you could write something out and scramble all the words up and give a note to somebody, and somebody's looking at that. They have no idea what all these letters mean. But if you gave them the password, like say the password was like dog or monkey or something, they'd put monkey in, and then they would be able to, if they had that password, they'd be able to decipher the whole code. All the letters would go in the right order, and there'd be a message. So the next one was like, ride your bikes downtown, which was, our small little town from our neighborhood, not far down from where we were, maybe like half a mile away. We went down there, and we went into this other park, and we had to, I still remember all of this, even though this was like 30 years ago, more than that. We had to look at the bottom of this big garbage can, like this big metal barrel garbage can, and there was more envelopes taped under there. And then that one brought us to that drugstore that we would buy all the candy from. So we went in there, and the clue at that point told us we had to go up to the clerk that was working there, and we had to say like a secret word. So we all went up there, and we're like, and we said the word. I don't remember what the word was, but we said the word, and she gives us 3 envelopes each. So under the counter, she goes, here you go. And we all had envelopes, and we opened it up, and it was like the last part of the clue, and we each got like a couple dollars, so we got to buy candy and whatever, and it was really fun. My dad would do that kind of stuff for us when we were little. That's that story. Parth, yes. Your eyes are deceiving you. It's just an image of me on the screen. I gotta find that sometime. I don't know it. Is that it? Hold on one second, because this might be it right here. Nope, that was a different envelope. That was my patent trademark. Oh, it's Jared Leto. Well, guys, how long have we been on? An hour. The Garbage Pail Kids were based off like Cabbage Patch Kids. Cabbage Patch Kids came out in the 80s and they were like, what are you doing? They were like a viral sensation. Like everybody wanted them. And then Garbage Pails came out and kind of mocked them. And we would collect them. And I started collecting Garbage Pail Kids on Series 2. I wish I had like Volume 1 because those ones were worth the most. And I still think I have some somewhere. Garbage Pail Kids. Well, I meant like trademark, yeah, patent, yeah. I have my movie script copyrighted and my the vegan zombie. So technically, I'm the only one that is legally allowed to sell vegan zombie apparel and merchandise. Although you see a lot of other people doing it. Technically, they're not allowed to. That's what it's trademarked for. So I own the trademark for that. Like Atom Bomb, he's like pressing the like an Atari joystick and his head's blowing up. Yeah, the Garbage Pail Kids were like just really pushing the envelope for like really gross things, and they'd be like little stickers, little cards. You get a piece of gum in there, but then they started being worth like a lot of money. Collectors, like kind of like baseball cards. My friend had a Cabbage Patch Kid. It was the space one. He had a whole little space suit on. That's the main one I remember. And then My Buddy came out. My Buddy and Kid Sister. Still remember the song. I could probably do most of the songs of... oh, I got a whole slice of cake there. Nice. Thank you, Rebalancer. Thank you, Lena, for the super chat. I appreciate that. And that's in pounds, too. A whole pound of cake. I don't know if I could eat all that. Yeah, your Garbage Pail Kids might be worth something. I have like some baseball cards that are probably worth a little bit of money somewhere. I collected everything. I still have Voltron in the box. I got G.I. Joe. I got Star Wars. I got Visionaries, Battle Beasts, Muscles. You guys remember Muscles? I'm not talking about these guns. I'm talking about those little pink things that came in that little... clear garbage can. Does anybody remember that? Muscles? You remember the song too? Yeah, most of those songs stuck in my head. Even if I don't remember all the words, I know the tune and I know the words that I thought were the words. I felt like I should do a live stream sometime where I sing the song and the words that I thought were the words when I was a little kid, and then like put the real one on and see how close I was. Because at least I got the tune for all of them. No, yeah, that was a JK. Joaquin Phoenix he's been vegan over 40 years. I'm friends with one of their family members. Actually, it was River Phoenix's godmother, and we talked in depth about it. Like they've been vegan since they were in a commune, and they were vegan since Joaquin was like 4 years old, and he's like he's older than me. He's like pushing 50 now. Yeah, he's always gonna be a vegan. I don't see him not being a vegan ever. Do I like Go Zen in New York City? So Go Zen was my go-to place to go to so Go Zen used to be called Vegetarian Paradise. They changed the name. Especially when I lived down there in the early 2000s, that was my favorite place to go. And the soul chicken is the best. It's so good. The breaded soul chicken is so good. I think they changed it up a little bit since then, but it's still pretty darn good. So if you have a chance, it's right next to Red Bamboo. It's over by Washington Square Park by NYU, and it used to be one of my favorite places. So yeah. I used to get the scallion pancake and the soul chicken. And every time I would get something else, I'd regret it. I'm like, why didn't I just get the soul chicken? So get the soul chicken. It's all vegan too, by the way. All of it. The Juicy Fruit song. Juicy fruit is gonna move ya. The juice is soft, it gets right to ya. Juicy fruit, the taste is gonna move ya. Something like that. I probably got a couple of those words wrong. Jam, it's truly outrageous, truly outrageous. The music's sensations, Jam is my name. No one else is the same. Jam, we are the misfits, we're all together. Totally 80's. Come to my 80's where I sing songs. I can do the whole Gummy Bear song. Oh, Mushu's isn't there anymore? Yeah, the owners of Mushu's are co-owners of Issa's restaurant, Modern Love. Yeah, yeah, that's really the song I was singing is really it. Yeah. Yeah, I can sing any of those 80 songs. Well, most of them. If I was familiar with them, I can sing them. My favorite place to go in Binghamton? Is that a real question? I don't know any places to go in Binghamton. Binghamton wasn't really a. Um, they've since got a vegan place called Parlor City Veg, which is really good. So I'm gonna have to say that because that's the only place I know to go in Binghamton. Binghamton isn't really the best place to go. Sing the Gummy Berry song. We'll have to save it for like a time when I can sing them. I don't like singing in public, and I just sang in front of like 61 people. Gummy bears, when a friend's in trouble, they'll be there. High adventures that's beyond compare. They are the gummy bears. Magic and mystery is part of their history, along with the secret of gummy berry juice. The legend is growing, they take pride in knowing to fight for what's right in whatever they do. There you go. Look it up. It's right. The Double Mint song. Yeah, I know. I don't think I know all the words from it. Let me see. Um, Double your pleasure, double the fun with Wrigley's Double Mint Gum. Do you remember? You got your chocolate in my peanut butter. You got your peanut butter in my chocolate. Yep, Gummy Bears has a song. Try to do the Voltron song. It's more of like a speech than a song. Your grandma always smelled like double mint. I mean it's a good smell. I remember the commercials for him too. What else? What else do we have? My body, my body, my buddy and me like to climb up a tree. My buddy and me, we're the best friends that can be. Kid sister, kid sister, kid sister and me. Mad balls, gross for one, gross for all. We play with the mad balls. Do you guys remember Wuzzles or Popples? If you guys are like not Generation X or older probably don't know what I'm talking about. Pogo ball is what they call it. Oh my God. I can sing songs that I haven't even thought of in 30 years. Can nobody else do that? You know, nobody can just recollect something like that. It's so easy for me. I can tell you exactly where I was and Barbara Papa's. I don't know. That doesn't sound familiar. I mean, there's certain things that I'm not familiar with that maybe I have missed, or something that I maybe wasn't familiar with or didn't care to be familiar with. It's Slinky, it's Slinky. No, wait, that's a different song. Wait. It's fun for a boy and a girl. Is that Slinky? It's Slinky, it's Slinky. It's such a wonderful toy. It's fun for a girl or a boy. That was the song. Reading Rainbow. Romper Room. The Get Along Gang. Yep, I remember the Get Along Gang. What was 3, 2, 1? Contact is the feeling where everybody. I don't remember the words, but I know the tune. And then there was Sigmund the Sea Monster and Johnny and Scott were friends. Sigmund the Sea Monster. This was all on like public broadcast television, and there was like Contact, the Get Along Gang. I need to change the title of this to like Remembering 80's Things. Starburst, Fruit Juice. See, this is where in my mind, like I know how it goes, but I don't know the word that they're saying. I must have been precious for you. Tastes like mouth-watering on precious raspberry. I don't remember the words, but I know the tune. You guys, yeah, Holly remembers Contact. I've never had kombucha. No. Electro Woman and Dyna Girl. I feel like I vaguely remember Electro Woman, but I can't place it. I do remember Slim Goodbody and what was his name? What was his name? Mr. Green Jean? Mr. Green Jeans. Mr. Green Jeans. Captain Kangaroo. Wow, I'm old. Transformers, more than meets the eyes. Autobots blaze their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons. Oh my god, I suck at singing. But yeah, I know all the songs. From days of long ago, from uncharted regions of the universe, comes a legend. The legend of Voltron. Loved by good, feared by evil. As Voltron's legend grew, peace settled across the galaxy. On planet Eris, a Galaxian alliance was formed. They maintained peace throughout the universe. Until a new horrible menace threatened the galaxy. Voltron was needed once more, and this is the story of the super force of space explorers. Loved by good, feared by evil. As Voltron's legend... Oh no, I already said that part. So that's where so I can say most of it. And then when they would form Voltron, they'd be like, let's go Voltron Force. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Form feet and legs, form arms and body. Infracells up, mega thrusters are go. Oh my god, that was my favorite show. I used to have dreams that I had a Voltron lion that I just flew around and rode around my neighborhood, and then I'd wake up and have to go to school. I'd be like, I didn't want to wake up. I wanted to finish my dream. Chris, you got to get up and go to school. I remember the Ewok, the movie. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles kind of came out when I was a little bit older than when I was younger. That's how old I am. But yeah. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, heroes in a half shell, turtle power. They're the world's most fearsome fighting foes. They're heroes in a half shell, and they're green. Deidre Hall played Electra Woman. Doesn't ring a bell. Might not have seen it. Let me see. Let me search it. Deidre Hall. Oh. Kind of resembles Shazam, right? The original Shazam. Electra Woman. You know what I did? You know who one of my favorite, when I was real little, one of my first favorite superheroes was? Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman, Spider-Man, Incredible Hulk. I loved Wonder Woman and I wanted to be Spider-Man. And sometimes I would pretend I was the Incredible Hulk and beat up my brothers. That was probably not good. But I was really little. It's okay. You have a question for me. You just got to ask it. You just got to ask it. I remember Teddy Ruxpin. Who remembers this one? Heidi ho! Can you and I be friends? Friends to the end. You don't want to be friends with him. Believe me. Mark, watch the video that I was talking about earlier that Joey Carbstrong did. I align with that. I agree with what he said there. Skeletor from He-Man, yeah. Do you remember the show where the guy sings old TV songs while wearing an old over hat? I've never seen that one. Is it any good or is it worth watching? I don't know. A major crisis on ISIS? I don't know who that is either. Well, I moved back to New York City. No, I did not like living there. I love visiting, but I did not like living there. Chucky, yep, it was Chucky. Yeah, Skeletor was pretty hilarious, wasn't he? Thanks, Rosie. Small Wonder. I do remember Mr. Belvedere, but Small Wonder, I don't know. I don't know if I remember that one. Bigfoot and Wild Boy. I remember I used to watch Belle and Sebastian. Remember Danger Mouse? What else was there? Obviously, like G.I. Joe. That was like a popular one. I never liked Smurfs. There was Smurfs. There was Pandemonium. There was Shirt Tails. Snorks or Snorkels? Snorks? What else was there? There were so many in the 80s. They just kept coming up. Teen Wolf, Ghostbusters, The Real Ghostbusters. That was weird. Ghostbusters and The Real Ghostbusters. Dinobots were from the Transformers. I have most of the I might have all of them. Grimlock, me Slag, you swoop. Slag, swoop, snarl, Slag. Grimlock was the main one. Grimlock was the Tyrannosaurus. And then they had the Constructicons. Would turn into Devastator. They did have a cartoon about Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, I like that. There was There was Dungeons. There was Dragonlance, was it, or I forgot what it was. Back then we used to get up really early on a Saturday morning and watch all the cartoons, and then I think on Sunday we would watch Monster Movie Matinee. Oh, Bionic 6. I did like living in Florida. It was a different experience. Florida is a different experience for sure. Thundercats. Thunder, thunder, Thundercats. Mask. You guys remember Mask? I'm not talking about the one with Cher. I'm talking about the cartoon Mask. Mask. Stryker's gonna lead the mission. And I forgot. Spitfire's got that secret vision. Mask. They'd have these masks that would do like special power things. Gremlins, yeah, the Gremlin movie was one of my favorites. I like to watch it around Christmas time, although I didn't watch it this Christmas. Got a little too busy, but Gremlins, I love Gremlins. Grew up with Gremlins, good old Gizmo. Gremlins 2 sucked, but Gremlins 1 is awesome. Yeah, refer to what Mark just said. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. Joey Carbstrong put up a Instagram video where he talks about it, and honestly, I couldn't agree more. I try not to get off topic and stuff. Like, that's not really the highlights of what I want to talk about in my promotion of veganism. But yeah, I do. I feel the same way. Don't belittle the animals and what they're going through. Like, call it what it is. There's definitions for certain reasons. We're not talking about World War II, and it shouldn't be compared to it. I did see like Rosie. I did see a preview for the new trailer for what's it called? The Little Things with Denzel and Jared. I get a lot of people saying that I look like Jared Leto. Am I part of any vegan? Well, I'm in the Facebook groups, so Syracuse vegans or vegans of Central New York. I'm in those kind of things, and they post, whatever's new vegan products and stuff like that, where it's located and what people think of it. Wait, I'm lost. What do you mean? What is what based on Jim Carrey movie? Ren and Stimpy. Yeah, Matt liked Ren and Stimpy, the guy that I play that I Twitch with. Garfield and Heathcliff. Heathcliff, no one should terrify his neighborhood. And Garfield just ate lasagna. Heathcliff was like the bad cat. He could like beat up anyone in the neighborhood. AC, that was so trippy. AC. Ancient Cyclops. Oh, Doug. Pet Monster. I wanted that. Never got it. Beavis and Butthead. That was a little bit when I was a little bit older when they came out. Cow is not harmed. Like actually from a cow? That doesn't exist, people. Flux. Wasn't that with Ashley Judd? Or her lookalike? I always get her mixed up with her lookalike. Wait, Who is her lookalike? I forget her name. Yes, I'm familiar with. I'm familiar with Dr. Alex Hirschhoff. Do I think Jared Leto is actually vegan? I don't. I've heard people that have known him or worked for him that I've know people that have catered for him, and he's always prepared all vegan foods there. But I've also heard that he wasn't from somebody that worked at a restaurant. So I know firsthand from the people that catered him that were that basically were his personal chef, and I believe them, that I'm friends with them, so they they verified that he did eat only, he was very picky, but he ate all vegan food there. And he has said some good things about veganism, which was cool, but he's also said some other things too. So the hat, I got it online. I don't remember exactly where. I remember I was trying to figure out exactly where a while ago, because I bought this. I don't know how many years ago I got this. It's comfy though. Yeah, it looks good. The little things. I do want to see it. Honestly, I don't know if Jared Leto is a vegan or not. I would go with he's not, from some of the things he's said and done. But I do think he's a really good singer, and I do think he's a really good actor. Vigo, Jim Neighbors, Jim Neighbors. Yeah, Sunrise Sunset. Oh, the movie, The Mask. Oh, no, no, no. Okay, yeah, I get it. No, I was talking about Mask, the cartoon. Ah, I remember Max Headroom. Max Headroom. That was probably a bad impression, but some of you guys probably have no idea what we're talking about. How many people here are too young and have no idea what we've been talking about this whole stream? Daria was vegan. I'm trying to catch up on the questions here, and I realized I've missed a lot. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna try to. Yeah, I remember Yo MTV Raps. I remember MTV's. I just heard a song from. They would do MTV's Top 10 Countdown every night. This is way back when they used to play music, and I remember in number one and two. No, no, I think it was three. Number two was True Colors by um by Cyndi Lauper. And I remember I didn't really like it at the time, but now when I hear it, it's like such a sentimental. It brings me back, and I love that song. I love Cyndi Lauper. Um, in fact, it was a Cyndi Lauper song, which was the first song that I ever downloaded on my computer back in like 1999 through, like, what was it? It wasn't LimeWire. It was what was the other one? I can't even remember it. It was like the first one that came out, and then that kid did it, and then he got sued. But anyways, it was I think it was All Through the Night. Anyway, now you know the first song I ever downloaded. The Monkees. I just heard the Monkees. Daydream Believer. Oh, I'm probably late to read this question, but thanks for watching, Crystal. Have a good night. I haven't done a grocery haul at the Asian grocery store here, but I did do a video in there, and you can see me do that in my Inari video. I show you guys how to make Inari, and I kind of did like a little walkthrough of the grocery store. They came right up to me and confronted me, and I told them what I was doing, and they were like, "Oh yeah, sure, go ahead." And I was like, "Awesome, thank you. You guys have the best tofu ever." Jared Leto flip-flops. See, I read that different. The first time, like, I get what you're saying. Like, he goes from one thing to the other. But I'm thinking, like, oh, he's got his own brand of flip-flops? Cool. I don't wear flip-flops, but... He did say he was a Chigan. Now, I don't know if he was being sarcastic, dry humor in that interview. I don't know. He may have been. He may not have been. I don't know. Jared Leto cries like, well, okay, in his defense there, I do know what you're talking about, that he cried like a baby when he lost his part to Joaquin. In his defense, he did like a ton of stuff that they cut like 90% of his performance out. So they've been talking about like, should they show it, or like, so all the stuff that he did, like nobody got to see any of it. Like he was in that movie for like 5 minutes, I think. So I kind of can empathize from what he's like, from why he's upset about that. Imagine if you did like a performance that you thought you did like so well on, but nobody's ever seen it. Like you spent all the time doing it. And I mean, Joaquin Phoenix is amazing. So I'm definitely not like taking anything away from him. Quantum Leap was another one of my favorite shows. If we're talking about shows that aren't cartoons, Quantum Leap, I used to watch that with my my brother and my dad. MacGyver was a big one that I would watch. Do I know any celebrities? Do I know? Well, like how? What do you mean? Like, have I met, or like, are there any celebrities that know who I am that would look at me and say, I know who that is? Like, how much do you want them to know me? The answer is yes. I do know celebrities. Goonies is one of my favorite movies. Let's see. Napster, yeah, Napster's it. Yep, you got it. I'm just getting caught up to these. Cyndi Lauper's song "Good Enough." That was for the Goonies, yeah. Oh yeah, you said that in the. Oh my God. I know Jared Leto because I follow Alex Honnold, he's one of the best free solo climbers in the world, and he's always climbing with Jared Leto. So I see Jared in some of his posts. You like the black and white videos that I do? There we go. How about that? Black and white for the rest of the... we're going to go in retro mode right here for the end of this. Okay, so what else? What other ones did I watch? I used to watch... I have not met Rob Zombie, but I've met... yes, Rob Zombie is vegan. I actually, if you look at my video that I did at Scaricon a couple years ago, 2017 or 18, I went there with Noah Craig, and he filmed it. And there was a couple people there from Rob Zombie movies. Sid Haig was there. Rest in peace, Sid Haig. Bill Moseley was there. They are both from Devil's Rejects and House of a Thousand Corpses. And then, what was the other? Something Lewis. What's his name? Now I feel bad. I forgot his name. He was from The Walking Dead and Halloween, and then the kid that was in Halloween, the kid that played Little Michael Myers was there, and they were all doing like a Q&A. And normally, I mean, the old me was really shy, as you guys know from my last stream, but I just wasn't like that anymore. They did a Q&A. They said, does anybody have any questions? The moderator, she was like, does anybody have any questions? Nobody said anything. So I'm like, boom. And I walk up, and this is all on tape. So Craig's recording me. And this is one of those moments that I just couldn't believe it. I grabbed the microphone and I looked at him and I said, this is to the whole board panel for the Rob Zombie people. And I was like, when you guys are filming with Rob and it's lunchtime, do all you guys eat vegan? And go watch the video to see their reaction. But the one dude from The Walking Dead, before I even asked the question, he says, hey, it's Vegan Zombie. And I'm like, he just said my name. He said my name. That was like, I couldn't believe it, but I just kept asking the question. I wasn't wearing a Vegan Zombie shirt. He knew who I was. So that was pretty cool. Do any celebrities know me? Okay, so if you ask Moby knows me. Moby knows who I am. He's got a really good memory like me too. Because when I met him, I was like, so I have a friend that gave you my cookbook, and he's like, oh yeah, Nicole, and he said her full name, and I was like, well, yes, that was her. He's like, so he knew who I was. He knew my cookbook. And that was kind of like, that was crazy for me because I had been following Moby for 20 years because even longer than that, 1995, I made a skate video on VHS tape, and I used one of his songs to my video. It was Moby. It was Go. And I loved it. And I told him that. I was like, this. But then, and I've seen him a few times too. The second time, the first time I interviewed him, so there's a video of our interview up here on YouTube at his restaurant. The second time I was with Cesar at Veg News. No, not Veg News, Veggie Grill. And when he just came out with his new album, and Cesar bought it. I probably would have bought it too, but I had to travel and I didn't want to bring a bunch of stuff home. So Cesar bought the album, and then we went to Veggie Grill. We got our food, and we went to sit down, and we're sitting down, and my back is to the door, and then all of a sudden somebody comes up behind me. He's like, hey man, how's it going? And it's Moby. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, oh my God, Moby just came up to me and said, how am I doing? But in reality, I'm like, oh, hey, what's up? Yeah. And then he signed Cesar's, there's a whole video of this too. So you guys can go watch that. Where is the video? It's, the first video is I interview Moby at his restaurant. It's a few years back. And then the second one is, I think it's the one where me and Cesar eat at 10 different places in one day, and it's at Veggie Grill. Moby comes in and that's it. And then I saw him at the movie theater once. We talked. So yeah, Moby knows me. Who else knows me? Let's see. I could tell you all the celebrities I've met that I can remember, but as far as like saying like I know Bobcat Goldthwait. He's in one of my videos too. For those of you that don't know Bobcat is he's a comedian. He's a movie director. He was best friends with Robin Williams, and he was an actor in the 80's movies Police Academy. He was in a few movies. He was in Police Academy. He was Zed, the guy with the crazy voice. So I'm friends with, I know Bobcat. I went to a wedding, and I sat next to him in a wedding, and he's in one of my videos, and his nephew is the artist for my cookbook. So I know Bobcat. I can go through some of the celebrities I've met if that's interesting to you guys. Yeah, the Moby Go song is awesome. There's a lot of different versions of it, but it was what first turned me on to liking Moby back in the 90s. The video of me interviewing the Walking Dead panel, I mean, that video would be, hold on, let me see if I can pull it up here. Who else did I meet? So in 1995 or 6, I lived in Sarasota, Florida. So funny. I was just thinking about this today because I was thinking about my friend that that I met down there. So they were shooting a movie down there called Palmetto, and I went with a bunch of, we were skateboarding and we were downtown Sarasota, and we were in a bar. Now I don't drink or anything, so I don't remember why we were in that bar. It was probably the friends I was with, and they were shooting the movie Palmetto, and I was sitting down, and my friend came up to us with Chloe Sevigny, and at the time, like, one of my favorite movies was the movie Kids by Harmony Korine, and Chloe is in that movie. And so that's, I think, the real first time I had ever seen. Well, that's not true. I saw Lou Ferrigno as the Incredible Hulk when I was like 4, but I don't think that really counts. So I'm standing right next to Chloe, and she's like, my friend's like, "Hey, Chloe, this is Chris, this is Chloe." And I know exactly who she is. In my head, I'm going, oh my God, oh my God. But in real life, I'm like, what's up? Like, I'm not going to make a big deal. But in my head, I'm like, oh my God, like, and she shook my hand, and then she goes, "Do you have a cigarette?" And I'm like, "No, I don't smoke." And then I just turned around, and I'm like, why did I just turn around? Why did I do that? Why aren't, like, I was just so shy. And Gina Gershon was there too. And I didn't meet her, but she was right there. So I met Chloe. She probably doesn't remember me. Who else did I meet? Oh, I'm going to try to find that video for you. Vegan zombie. Let's see if this comes up. There it is right there. Maybe I could show you the video right now. Well, let me put my headphones on for a second. Oh, this is a good video. We went to so many. Oh, there, I went right to it. Okay, here we go. Okay. Let me see if there's any music. Okay, there's no music, so let me try to pull this up for you guys. We'll do story time real quick, because I got nothing else to do. Brendan Fraser? Yeah, he does seem like a really nice guy that kind of got, screwed over by Hollywood. Yeah, Chloe has since been in a lot of movies, including the series Big Love, which I've never seen, by the way. I met Dee Wallace. That was the only person I got starstruck with, because my favorite movie is E.T. And I have that on video too. I could actually show you how awkward. I could probably show you that video too. So let me see if I can pull this up real quick for you guys. Is it this one? There we go. Okay, so here's me down in the corner. I'm just going to put myself over here. This is Veggie Grill. This is me and Cesar, and Moby's going to come up to us. Never mind my beard. That's the longest it's ever been. He likes to make fun of the fact that he's bald. Like, so instead of like feeling insecure, he just always talks about it. He went up to the counter, and he bought, or no, he asked for a marker from them, and then the girl's like, "Are you famous?" And he's like, and then we went up there, and she's like, I'm like, "Yeah, he's famous." Yeah, so that was Moby. Um, Let me try to. Are you kidding me? There's no video sound. Very low sound. Very low sound. No sound. Hello. Hold on a second. Let's see if we can do that again. Audio output camera. Video capture device. Audio input. Sorry, guys. Let's try that again. You guys can't hear anything there? It's very low. Huh, that's weird. Why is it doing that? Let's try this one. Hello. Tell me if you can hear this one. Can you hear that any better? See you later, Dom. Thanks for watching. You can only hear me. Oh, that sucks. What's going on here? Let me... What is going on? My mic... Video capture device. Let me try to add another one here. Add. Hello, hello, testing. Tell me if this is better. Is that still really low too? Huh, this is so weird. Why is this doing this? Mic, audio. Hello, hello. Still no? Can't hear anything? No video sound. Oh man, this sucks. I don't know what happened there. Can you guys hear this? That little ding? Well, I don't want to take up all this time trying to figure this out, so boom, boom. Maybe I can audio. So you can only hear me through the microphone, but why is this not working? Audio properties. Let me see. Default. Okay, so maybe this will work. No, voice meter, speakers. Let's see if this works. Okay, I'm going to try that again.
It's a self-portrait. To be clear, it's easy to draw a caricature.
You guys can hear that. I fixed it, right? Please tell me I did. Loud. Now it's too loud. Too loud? Let me turn it down a little. I fixed it. I got it. All right, here we go. Let's watch it again.
Let's go.
We're sitting here in Veggie Grill. Cesar just bought, look what we ran into, Moby. And Cesar just happened to buy his album,
Oh yeah,
so we're going to get
nothing
a
like
little
vinyl.
Let's see if it works.
Come on.
It works. Okay.
The little idiot.
It's supposed to be a self-portrait. It's a self-portrait. To be clear, it's easy to draw a caricature of yourself when you are bald.
Much easier.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice to see you guys.
Yeah, good to meet you.
Okay, so there you go. There's the when I well, that's when Moby came up to me. Okay, and then the other thing that you guys wanted to watch was the Rob Zombie thing. So let's find that. Oh, what did I name it? Rob. Here, let's Rob Zombie. All right, I found it. Let me figure out where it is here. Oh, and you guys wanted to see D. Wallace interaction too. That's really. Do you want to see that one or not? That's really awkward. I was really awkward. Here, I'll just kind of skim through this and show you. I mean, you guys can go watch the whole video anytime you want, but for these purposes, let's. So that was the dude. So that guy, does anybody know who he is right there? Him. He's a very icon. Everybody probably have seen him before or heard him before or heard a phrase from him before. Probably most people in this world. They're coming to get you, Barbara. Night of the Living Dead. Okay, then we have, that's John Russo. He's the co-writer of Night of the Living Dead. He kind of snapped at us because Craig asked him, Craig's not into horror at all, and he asked him, like, what did he, Craig's recording this right now. I don't think he liked Craig's question. Like, wow, I look like a homeless dude. Let's see what we got here. Oh, this is the guy that I bought my my vampire teeth. This guy makes my vampire teeth. It's Horror Show Jack. Okay, here we go.
You're Michael Myers.
Okay, so this kid, if you could see, can you guys see my pointer? I don't know, but that kid right there plays the little kid that plays Michael Myers in the Rob Zombie film Halloween. Sid Haig right here. He passed away a year or two ago. He plays the clown in Devil's Rejects and House of a Thousand Corpses. This is Bill Moseley. He plays he plays Sherry Moon Zombie's, I think, brother in House of a Thousand Corpse. Devil's Rejects. He's also Top Chop. And this is the guy from Walking Dead. He's also on Halloween. He's the guy that knows me. So here we go. What does Craig ask? I think he asked because John was talking about a new idea he has for either a script or a movie. And Craig said, is it supposed to be serious or like a horror movie? And he was just like, he didn't want to talk to us anymore. I don't know why. But he plays Kid Rock. Yeah. Okay,
Supernatural. Is he?
Hi.
Oh, come on. Let's get past this.
Where?
Commercial. I'll turn that down. Misfits Market. I got some of their stuff.
The original, like he's
Well,
clearly like
if
indestructible.
you want to get into that,
Yeah.
maybe
Fast forward.
done.
Tell us what you're doing now.
Ditch party, like we're ditching school music for like 2 years, and in 1 week, and you'll love it.
Like it. I'm on board.
Here it is.
Operator just walked away.
I'm leaving. I'm done.
Let's get
Sid takes a joke at me for being vegan. But I talked to Sid after the fact, and he's a super nice guy.
a little racy.
Questions? Raise your hand. What?
Wow, no questions.
Well, thank you. All right.
Vegan zombie.
Yeah, when you're working with Rob Zombie, do you all get to eat vegan food? Because I know Rob is vegan himself.
Yes. Lately, you only eat vegan on set.
I haven't eaten a vegan in a week.
Both my
my daughters are vegan, and I prefer the prime rib.
I'm actually basically vegan. I don't like make it super strict, but I pretty much eat plant-based foods nowadays.
How's it going?
It is going well. Thanks, fellas. How y'all
And so
doing?
this is
Getting some footage of the event.
Oh, good. Well done. Here we are, ScareCon. It's first day in Verona, New York, at the Turning Stone. Still waiting for that stone to turn.
You guys remember Halloween? He's one of the prison guards that Michael Myers kills near the beginning.
But it's better than a kidney stone, I'm thinking. I like your shirt.
Thank you.
Sherry
Wearing
Moon
a
Zombie
Sherry Moon Zombie shirt.
likes your shirt. Rob
does.
Zombie likes your shirt.
Yeah.
That is very cool, Lords of Salem.
Love it.
So, very cool. I'm Lou.
You're on set with Rob and Rob Zombie.
He talks about all the
Interestingly,
vegan
when you
food.
do his movies and it's time to break for lunch or dinner, a meal, you will be vegan too, just like he is, and it's entirely good. He has great chefs that come in, and it's amazing. And he is very vegan, not just vegan, but he's also very aware and conscious of animal rights. So hats off to Rob Zombie and our fair friends, the animals, who don't have as many rights on their own as we can give them.
So cool.
Super cool.
Someday I'll meet him and I'll ask him about being vegan.
I mean, if you go see him on stage, where he gets that energy from vegetables,
being vegan,
I suppose.
right. Yeah.
It's great. He's a cool dude, man. And so are you.
Thank you.
Vegan Zombie.
So are you.
Thank you. Lou Temple, peace out.
Okay, so my friend.
Okay, so that was that. Then I go talk to Sid, and Craig records him without. I don't know if he knew. A friend that wanted me to show you this. It's graffiti in Detroit.
Oh, wow. It's a graffiti?
Graffiti, yeah. By this person. You know the Tootie F and Fruity?
Oh, shit.
Their face is up in Detroit.
All right.
It's a big
You
mural
ought to
that somebody
do,
spray painted in
Twisted.
Detroit of him. Twisted?
Twisted. You know the group Twisted?
I didn't know the group. Sorry,
Twisted. It's a rap group, singing group. They're an offshoot of ICP.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they've got a big fan base,
Okay.
and they're doing a convention.
I heard you ate a vegan last week. That was good.
That was a good response. I enjoyed that.
All right, man.
Just having fun, you know.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you, man.
Anyway, so there we go. Yeah, that was a fun time. What else is in this? Oh, you guys want to see Craig? Craig a couple years ago? There's Craig a couple years ago.
I didn't really know what to expect, but it was pretty cool. Although, like, Chris was walking around, he's like, that's that person, that's that person. I was like, yeah.
I had my own booth there selling merchandise, selling my cookbooks back when I had cookbooks. Probably can't use that music in this video. And then, yeah. I could show you the D. Wallace when I met D. Wallace. This is a while ago, so this is like before I was comfortable being in front of the camera, so like I'm really awkward. Like cringy. I don't even like watching it. Well, here we go. You guys ready? How did I meet Moby? Well, the first time I met him, I contacted him and asked him if I could do I contacted his agent. Well, not really his agent, but his so no, this is how it happened. I went and I ate at his restaurant. I ate at his restaurant, and I was hoping he was there because I wanted to do an interview with him. And he wasn't there, but the next best thing happened. The manager that was on duty, that was there, she came up to me and she knew who I was, and she like wanted a picture with me and everything. And I said, is there any way you could like get Moby to see if he'd do an interview with me? And she's like, oh yeah, I'll have him contact you. So we did. And before I left California that time I visited, I went to Little Pine before or after they closed for lunch. And I sat down with Moby and we did an interview. It was like a half an hour interview. I didn't know what to expect. I just had like a few questions I wanted to ask him. But I mean, he really got in detail with like being vegan and being straight edge, and like it's a pretty good interview. He's been vegan for over 30 years. So you guys ready? I'm ready to cringe. You guys might not, but I'm gonna cringe just because I hate seeing myself like this. I hate seeing old videos of myself because what was I thinking? Anyway, here we go. Well, here we are at Turning Stone Casino. Oh, shut up, Chris. There's John. John's here.
I'm gonna go get myself some tofu tacos. Hey, there's a thing stabbed through it.
Yeah, I stabbed him through both sides, actually.
Don't. Oh, there's a hint of lime in there.
What you got there, John?
I got a lime. I think you just eat it.
Oh, he tries. Oh, yeah, he's trying to like.
It's good.
Balance on this chair.
Here's John trying to balance on a chair. And here he is trying to do a handstand. I didn't quite catch him falling, but I have the remnants of what happened.
Okay, Chris, shut up. Okay, what else we got here? We got Star Wars, we got Yoda. This is what I look like back then. Let's see. This is the guy that played, he was the grandpa from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Okay, so let me just tell you. Okay. So Dee Wallace, I've never really been starstruck with any stars that I've met. Not really, you know. But Dee Wallace, I was like starstruck kind of. Because E.T. is my favorite movie, and she's the mom in E.T. And she's in so many other movies that I just... It's like, is this real? Is this really happening? So she was there for all 3 days. And the first day I saw her and she was talking to a bunch of people, and I just kept walking. I just had to keep... The second day I was like, I should probably talk to her, and I kept walking. The third day I'm like, this is it. On the third day I'm like, if I don't talk to her, this will probably be the only chance I ever get, and I might never ever get that chance again. Might as well just walk up and talk to her. And I'm with my friend Sarah Darlene here, and there was a little kid talking to Dee. She didn't have anybody else at her booth except for this little 10-year-old, and she's talking to him about stuff. He didn't look like he was that interested or ever. And then he walked away, and now it's just me. So now I'm like, uh-oh, she's going to talk to me now because, like, I'm the only one here. And she started talking to me, and I was like, hi. I'm like, and I'm looking because, like, I was going to buy something. I was going to buy. And that's what I bought right there. Okay. So... I was looking at all the pics because she's in a lot of movies. And she's in Rob Zombie movies. She's in like all the Halloween. She's in Lords of Salem. She's in Cujo. She's in a lot of movies. She's in The Howling. Wait, was that The Howling? Anyway, she's in so many movies, and I'm looking at all of these prints that she had up, and I'm like, what do I want? But I already knew what I wanted. This is what I wanted right here. E.T. So I picked that out, and she's like, super nice, and she signs it for me, and she's talking to me, and she's like, ask me whatever questions you want. Like, I worked with Spielberg, I worked in a lot of movies. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And I'm like, awesome. I love movies. E.T. is my favorite movie in the whole world. I'll just pick one of my millions of questions that I have in my head for you. My mind goes blank. I have no questions for her. Nothing. I'm just like, okay, thanks. And I walk away. And then I'm like, you know what? I can't let it end like this. So I walk back and I'm like, I want to get another one for my brother. So she signed another one. And then I was like, would you be in my video? And she's like, sure. And so we took a couple of pictures. So I got a couple of pictures with her. And I got this video right here that's so cringy because I didn't know what to say. Okay, here we go. We're going to watch it. This is going to be after. I should have filmed the whole thing, but I only filmed the after because I was so nervous. Ended ScareCon, and it was a pretty fun time. We packed up our booth, and I have one more stop. Hey guys, so I'm here at ScareCon, and guess what? E.T. is one of my favorite movies, and I just met Dee Wallace.
I'm here!
So I'm really stoked right now, and I mean, my day can't get any better, so.
Oh, shucks.
So tell them to subscribe.
You better subscribe.
Yes. So see you guys in the next vlog. Cringe. But yeah, I met Dee Wallace, and the very next day my brother calls me up. No, he text messages me. He's in the military and he was going to, I think, Germany, and he text messages me. He's like, hey, I'm at the airport sitting next to Dee Wallace. I'm like, oh my God. Like, he's like, I'm like, say hi to her, say you just met me. He's like, no, she's on the phone with someone. I'm like, oh my God. So, yeah, that was my Dee Wallace interview. And I have some pictures to prove it, so you guys know that wasn't all superimposed. Yeah, E.T. is my ultimate favorite movie, so. A Bigfoot and Wild Boy you shared with me. Where did you share it? Yeah, I guess it's not that cringy, but to me it feels cringy. Like if I go back and watch like my first videos I ever made, they're kind of, to me they're cringy. I don't want to watch. I don't watch them. We should do an episode where I have to watch them. What else was there? Is that it? Yeah, that was it. I did a follow-up video to that too, where I basically told everybody why I like E.T. and if you guys are interested, check that out. One of the comments on here from 6 years ago, the end was adorable. So this was back in 2014. Wow, times fly. It's like 7 years ago. Mark, where did you share it? Yeah, if you shared it and I missed it, did you send a link? Scrolling up here. Yeah, you could either do that or you could just like email me or whatever. Reacting to my early videos, watch me. This video, this live stream has been full of everything. From old videos to old stories to like, where do we go from here? We're talking about veganism and I don't need these on anymore, I guess. Unless there's any specific videos you want me to pull up to talk about. Other than that, if you guys don't have any other questions. Am I gaming tonight? I don't know. I'm not sure yet. Haven't talked to Matt in a little bit. Twitch. Yeah, that's my Twitch channel. Well, I don't know doesn't mean no. It just means I'm not sure. I don't want to say that I definitely am, and then, I don't know. I went. How long have we been on tonight? 2 hours. 2 hours. Wow. 2 hours. Yeah, I'm kind of like, I don't really know what else to. All right, guess the movie. I'm going to say one word. Well, not really a word. It might be a word or it might be a name. I'll say one. See who can guess the movie. Ready? Hector! Name the movie. We can do a couple of these. I was thinking about these really. I don't have too many things prepared if we're going to play the guessing game, but I know a lot of people like the guessing game, so we can do that another night. Nobody knows? John would know. Hector! That's cool, Holly. Have a good night. Thanks for watching. You didn't hear me? There we go. Trini. Did you know that or did you Google it? And how come you didn't say it the first time? Yes, you're right. It is Troy. Good old Troy. He's the biggest man I've ever seen. I wouldn't fight him. That's why no one will remember your name. Oh, you know it? Okay, yeah. It's good. It's good. The beginning of that movie is so awesome. The other one I was going to do, I already said tonight, so you guys already would know that one. I was just going to say one name, and you guys would know what movie it was. Barbara. Oh, you know what I could do? I've got some sound bites in here. So for those of you that Twitch with me, give the other guys a chance to get these because, you guys already know them. We've gone over them. But I've got a bunch of sound bites from different movies. So you guys tell me what the movie is. Let's see. Here's one of my favorite ones that I always say. Now, Trini, Linda, you can't answer because I know you guys already know this one. Here we go.
You know how they say there are alligators in the sewers?
Alligators in the sewers.
First off, could you guys hear that come through? Bakery deliveries. I'm not sure. You could check with Vegan Treats. I know that they send their stuff out to a lot of different places in other states. So they might. I don't know, though. Came through great. Does anybody know that one? I know Linda and Trini do. And Lena knows it, too. You're in EQ right now? What level are you now? I'm 51.
You know how they say there are alligators in the sewers?
Alligators in the sewers.
All right. If you don't know it, I always say that quote. That's E.T. That's little Gertie and Elliot's brother Mike. At the beginning.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Ding 48, nice. Oh yeah, you could totally group up with us now. But you're on blue, right? You're on your way out and you know it, Veganly. Have a good night. Yeah, I'm gonna get going soon. I'm just gonna do some more of these and then we'll be done.
Do it!
That's only like one thing, but does anybody recognize that?
Do it! Do
Yeah,
it!
some of these might be hard. That's Mouth from Goonies, telling Chunk to do the truffle shuffle.
Sure, we'll be heroes. Yeah.
Yep, Patty, Goonies, you got it. Anybody know that one? That's another popular movie that I talk about.
Sure, we'll be heroes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, we'll be heroes. Yeah.
I'll give you a hint who's saying that. You guys tell me in the movie. Ready? It was Chris Chambers. That's the character name. River Phoenix. There you go. Stand By Me.
I haven't seen you in church lately.
You probably aren't going to get that one, but if you do,
I haven't seen you in church lately.
that one right there was... Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to get that. I do like Stranger Things, yeah. Yeah, I like Stranger Things. The church one right there, that's Barbara from Night of the Living Dead. What else do we have?
Take care how you cut yourself. It is dangerous and you sing.
I don't know if you could hear that one good enough. That one might need to be louder, but that's coming from my favorite horror movie, Dracula. What else we got?
And as much as your invitation might appeal to me, I must regretfully decline.
Could you hear that? That's another good one that I talk about. You reached out to people on Etsy to see if they could veganize something. They said no. That's unfortunate.
Let's do it! But you asked the wrong questions.
Oh, I just pressed that as I saw your thing come up.
But you asked the wrong questions.
So you can't answer this one because I already know you know it. What is that? Anybody know?
But you asked the wrong questions.
You got it. Who's saying it? Interview with the Vampire. You're right, Patty and AJ. I couldn't not do that one. I had to do that one. Yep, Armand. Armand to Louis. All right, so then you probably will know this one too. Ready? Here we go.
Bloody wolves chasing me through some blue inferno.
And then we have one more. After the wolf one.
Bloody wolves chasing me through some blue inferno.
Keanu Reeves. What movie? I got a lot of repeats here from the same movies. It was Dracula. And then the last one.
Rats, chickens, poodles.
Keanu's British accent. He's really like ashamed of his performance from that movie. But that movie is one of my favorite horror movies ever. And Gary Oldman does an amazing job as Dracula. And Gary Oldman's accent as Dracula is amazing.
Rats, chickens, poodles.
Yep, you got that. Lestat says that to Louis. And that concludes my live stream for tonight. I hope you guys liked it and enjoyed it. I had a good time. If you guys have any ideas of what we can talk about in the next one, let me know. Send me email or comment below after the video. Everybody have a good night. Watch out for zombies. And I'll see you guys later.